Let's go back to what we have learned about now. We have learned, by way of this nice little graphics here, as to the comparison between the container environment and a virtual environment, right? Um, so we've done this. Just one more thing to that regard. This is what your typical hypervisor would look like. I have this virtual box, Oracle virtual box hypervisor here, in which I have made multiple virtual machines. So I've got master one here and slave 1, 2, and 3, and other master for high availability. I have Minikube also installed here, which we are going to install during this series of tutorials. But then this VM itself, right now I was importing it. It took about 20 minutes for me to import, and my machine went slow, this being a iMac machine. So yes, virtual machines are pretty heavy duty, very performance inefficient. Let's go ahead and see a couple of more points with respect to the containers versus virtual machines. So, as you saw, you can run many containers on top of the same kernel, whatever may be your operating system, whatever might be your operating system, irrespective of that. We'll see this in our hands-on when we do this with Docker. We'll run multiple containers and we'll get slightly familiarized with it. Another important thing to note about containers is that it has a default application that you should start. Otherwise, as soon as you initialize the container, it will start and get stopped. So you have to keep that also in mind, and we'll see example of that also when we do our little bit of hands-on in Docker, and we'll take Docker as our container environment. And yes, last but not the least, container, as I've said before, is just like an application. Some application that you installed on your operating system, or on your on your machine or on your phone, and you would be able to work on it only when you start it, right? When you start an application in it, right? In contrast to that, virtual machines are full-fledged operating system, as I showed you over here. So this has a full-fledged image of Ubuntu inside it, right? And these are all different images with having their own individual kernels, which is working on top of the iMac kernel that I'm working right now, right? So that's pretty much it for the comparison of containers with respect to vis-a-vis virtual machines. We'll come back in the next video and learn a little bit about container architecture. So see you then.